Okay, welcome to the third session, adding the stripe to our AI marketplace. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to make it so that this, well, when somebody clicks the add to cart button or buy now button, we actually create a stripe checkout. I'm using a sandbox on Stripe, very simple to set up if you have a Stripe account. And under developers, you can get the API keys, which is what you're going to need. So when we click on this add to cart, we're going to want to create this Stripe session. So if we take a look at what we have so far. So I am going to walk you through everything. The first thing you need to do is to create a .env file with your Stripe secret key and publishable key, which again you can find here in your API keys. Obviously this isn't live, but if you wanted, obviously you update the API keys when you make this live. So what we would do is the Stripe secret key, the Stripe publishable key. Inside the package JSON, I've installed Stripe, so that's literally just npm install Stripe, and that's kind of all you need to actually install Stripe onto the project, which is pretty straightforward. Make sure you have the .env file with the keys that you need. And then in our specific ID, we have a button that says add to cart, which will probably just change to buy now. And what we've done, we've added, this is the button, but we've wrapped it inside of a form. So the form as an action of API checkout and a method of post, has an input type of prompt ID, which is the ID that we're in, and it also has the prompt title and input there, it's hidden, and the prompt price. Yeah. So why we're doing that is we've made an API folder under pages, and we've created a checkout.ts file. So we import the API route, obviously the Stripe, then we're going to get the Stripe data. Actually, we don't actually need this. We'll keep it there. So we're creating the new Stripe instance, and then we're getting everything in the form. So we're getting the ID, the title, the price. We're converting the price to cents, and just double checking we have an ID, and then we're getting the data from Strappy, this prompt here. So it's doing that twice. So we might just get rid of this for now. Just comment this out for now. So it's basically doing the same thing twice. So we say const URL equals URL requested URL, and then we're going to create our Stripe checkout session. Oh, I see. We're just going to leave it as it was. So we're getting the prompt. We're getting the prompt from the Strappy library. And if we don't get it, we obviously get a prompt not found. And then we're going to get a this is the Stripe session. So we've got the payment types, the line items, product data. So we've got the title, description, and the price in cents. The quantity is 1. The mode is payment. And when we would go to the success URL, it's going to give us the success plus the session ID and also the prompt ID, which is very important. And the metadata is the type and the prompt ID. And when everyone's all happy, we're going to redirect to the session.url, which is this. Okay. It's going to go to the Stripe checkout, and once the Stripe checkout is done, it's going to go to this success here. And if there's any errors, we're catching those too. Okay, so that's everything there. So delete this. If we take a look now, and I say buy now, it's going to take us to a Stripe checkout. We've got the name of what we're buying, how much it costs, and once we buy it, you're going to get this payment successful. Thank you for your purchase. And then we've got a little thing here where we can actually copy the whole prompt. So if we take a look at what that looks like, this is the success URL. So what we're doing, we're getting importing the button, the layout, and the card components. We're getting the prompt data from Strappy. We're getting the search params from the URL. We can get the session ID and the prompt ID. This is most important, is the prompt ID, because we're going to use the Strappy get prompt to actually get the prompt back. And we're going to say just simple H1, payment successful. And we're going to say copy to clipboard. And the card component here just has the title of the prompt and a button with an ID of, ID of copy button. And make sure this is capital B as well. And it has an ID of copy button. And we have an ID of copy text here. This is just an SVG, you don't need that, but that's something to make it look nice. We get the little copy icon, which is basically this little icon here. And then we have a div, and this is the actual content of the prompt, and that's called prompt content div ID here. And then we have a little tip and a link to go back to the home page. So to make the copy to clipboard work, we are going to use inline scripting. So we're getting the copy button, the icon, we're not using the check icon, copy text, and the prompt content. So we're getting all those documents elements by ID. So if we click on the copy button, we're going to say text to copy is the prompt content not in a text or text content. And we use the navigator.clipboard to write the text. So basically, it's going to copy whatever's inside the prompt content div, and it's going to copy that for us. And this is just a fallback. We don't really need that. So I'm just going to remove this. We don't need the fallback. And we don't need this check icon here. And basically, if we clicked on the copy text, it's going to change the content to copied. So if we do that, it changes it to copied. Yeah. And then it waits 2 seconds, and then it changes it back to copy prompt. You could obviously change that to 5 or whatever. But yeah, that's the success. So we could even create a cancel.astro, and it will be very similar to that. So we say we'll put a layout, and we've got a div with a container, making sure that we center everything. We've got payment cancelled, and we say your payment has been cancelled, and we're going to put a button here. Return to home. So if we go back, we want to make sure what it cancelled. Sure. Okay. You click buy now. We'll go back. Oh, I see, sorry. Okay, so we do have the cancel.astro. We're going to make sure that the cancel URL has cancel and then cancelled equals true. So now what should happen is when we click back, so we're not going to buy it, we go to payment cancelled, and we go back to the home page. So there you go. That's how to get Stripe working. I would suggest maybe even adding a webhook where once the payment has been successful, we save the user data into a database like AppWrite or Superbase, or whatever solution you decide to choose. But this essentially is a very basic way of adding Stripe to the account. So, for example, let me do this, and I'm going to go test.test.com. I'm going to use the 42. And it's 0442 444 petit pois, and I click pay just to show you what happens. So we say it's connected to the Stripe and it says payment successful. Thank you for your purchase. Copy prompt. And if I just show you what it copies, exactly what I've copied from here. So obviously you could actually have the full thing here, and like I said, you'd probably want to keep track of how many people download or like buy this specific prompt, so you'd probably want to keep that in a database, but that was just a simple way of adding Stripe to your account project. And if we look here, all these successful logs, and if I look at my transactions, you can see that this person has bought, and these are the different Stripe sessions, and this is the email that has been used, this is what they bought, etc. So now it's not going to show us the cancel because I didn't add the webhook, but you could obviously add the webhook, and that would, it doesn't work locally. I mean, you can obviously do it so that it does work locally, but in my experience I found that once you the webhook usually works well once everything's been deployed on a live server. So yeah, thank you for watching, and this has been a nice way of creating the AI marketplace. Obviously you could enhance it even more by adding the sellers section where you can log in and create your own account. Again, that would require a database, and using login you could use Clerk for login. That's a very simple way of adding, and I have a few tutorial on that using AppWrite and Clerk, how you can add that to your project. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to get you started, and thanks. Please like and subscribe for more tutorials, and see you soon.